Okay, hello everybody. Welcome to Korean Atlanta Mentorship here with another Velocity Banking video. And I just want an excuse to make another video with a thumbnail with this cool dog driving this car. It's so cutesy mootsy. And that's what we're going to do today. We're going to just do the same exact video as last time, but instead of paying off a Mercedes, we're going to pay off a Lexus, right? And I've been looking at the local dealership right here, and then there's three types of sedans: ES, LS, and IS. I don't know what the differences between any of these are, but I'll just go with the cheapest one of the sedans, the IS, 40 grand, $185. And if you take a look here, okay, oopsie, take a look here. You see, I have this as an auto loan. Okay, we have this as an auto loan, right? And you take a look at our budget, we're negative $367 in the hole because of this 40K auto loan. And I'll tell you why we're here, because we said the magical words, the three magical words that I think has gotten a lot of Americans into trouble, which is I deserve it, right? I mean, if you're making 8 grand a month, don't you feel like you deserve a Lexus? And then all of a sudden you're negative $367 in the hole. And if you didn't have that loan, right? We'll just put this as zero for now. We're a little bit positive, okay? But we're gonna get out of this negative hole using something called velocity banking. In fact, the way I always like to present velocity banking, and let me hide this, is that hey, I say hey, and I actually have my hands out. I don't know if you see me or not. I'm just kidding. You can't see me, but I just say hey, friends. Okay, hey friends, take a look at this. Right. So you have an income of $8,600, which is really good income. Okay, and then you decided that you're going to get into debt. You just happen to get in a lot of debt, and the final straw on the camel's back is that you decide to 100% finance an auto loan that put you negative $367 in the hole. Do you need to get more money, or do you need to make more money to get out of this hole? Right. And everybody will say yes. Okay. Everybody, like who's gonna say, oh no, that's easy. You just put your money into a line of credit, and that, you can do it that way. Nobody does that, right? Almost nobody, unless you've been here for a while. Okay. And that's what we're gonna do today with velocity banking. So, first step to velocity banking is creating a budget. Same income, same expenses, leftover savings, and then your expense breakdown. You list every single debt that you have. You have an auto loan here, mortgage here, 10 credit cards, and then at the very last line item, okay? These are where your expenses, your general expenses that are not tied to debt are combined in like a one big, I don't know if gloop would be the right word. Is that like the name of Gwyneth Paltrow's a company where she sells health products, and I think she has a kitchen also. Is it called gloop? Actually, I'm curious now. Gloop? No, that's not it. Hold on. Gwyneth Goop. That's what it's called. Not gloop, it's goop, okay? All right. So, let me go back here. So, when we do velocity banking, we create the same income, or we just assume we have the same income, and then we have the same expenses, and then here we have no savings. Like, this is really scary. So, in the average American style of banking, we treat our checking, our savings as like the final destination for our money. So it could be positive, it could be negative, but in velocity banking, it's always going to be zero, right? Pretty much always going to be zero, because the checking account is not the final destination of the money. What's the final destination of money? It's a line of credit. And what we're going to do is try to increase this thing called cash flow by moving some debts into a line of credit. And if you don't know what a line of credit is, basically a financial tool where you could borrow money, pay it back, and use it over and over again. So this is my $373,500 home equity line of credit. Okay. And basically, what a line of credit allows you to do is just go to the bank's website, kind of like this, right? This is the bank's website. I just transfer money from a line of credit into a checking account, click a button, and then bam, money is there from the checking account. I can just easily borrow. It's like convertible cash. Actually, it is cash. You're not converting anything. It's so easy. Oh my goodness. I can't believe it. I can't believe it's not butter. Right. And so Yeah, that's gonna be this is gonna be what we're gonna use as quote our main operating account. And if you want to take a look at my checking account, again, I treat the checking account as the middleman. Money comes in, it just goes out, right? The checking account or the savings account is not, it is not the final destination. Okay. All right. So we have this $373,500 home equity line of credit. But did you know, if you're new to this channel, I have over $739,000 in lines of credit. Excuse me. Which includes personal credit cards, business credit cards, personal lines of credit, home equity line of credit. I got it all, right? And I'm not going to go too deep into the secrets of how to get lines of credit because I've gone over that in other videos. But the secret is that banks don't lend money to people who need it. That's the secret. Okay. Now, we are going to assume that we have a free and clear line of credit, even though we're negative $300 in the hole. Just makes the demonstration easier. And also, it's kind of a reminder that you should never be here, okay, if you had a line of credit. Because the way that you think of a line of credit is kind of like a car insurance, right? A lot of people think when it comes to their finances, it's okay to drive a car without car insurance. And then once they crash the car, metaphorically, then somehow the car insurance company's gonna give you car insurance. That's what like a line of credit is for. It's like a safety belt, right? It's like a car insurance policy. So, but we're gonna assume that we do. I mean, but we have real life scenarios where people do have lines of credit, but it's usually maxed out because they treat it like a maxed out credit card. But let's go ahead and move some of our debt into a line of credit. And usually we use something called the cash flow index to help us figure out which debts to move. It's a basic formula of the debt amount, 5,000 divided by the payment, and then it's going to give you an arbitrary number, and the lower the number, that's the one you want to pay off. So if you see right here, this is 237. What does this mean? It means that you don't get a lot of bang for your buck. Like you literally have to give someone 270,000 for $1,100 of cash flow. Whereas this one right here, you give someone 35,000 for $1,100 of cash flow, right? So that's what we're gonna do today. And so let's go ahead and sum up the credit card amounts: 37, 10, 35, 12, 15, right? And we do that, and actually it's why is something hidden? Oh, uh-oh. I think something might be hidden here. What's going on? What's going on, my brother? Hold on, let me see. I think I screwed up. So insert unhide. No. Oh, did that change anything? No, that didn't change anything. Okay. I don't know what happened here. All right. So 15. All right. So let's go ahead and sum it up. So that will be $164,000 of credit card debt. And so if we move this here, this is going to be the most crazy thing that most people won't believe, right? Well, what is that? Well, by simply transferring the debt, don't these payments go to zero, right? Okay. So we're not going to touch the auto loan yet because it has the higher cash flow index. Okay. And then we see that somehow we went to negative $367 to $4,743.64. I know, right? Unbelievable. That's what sometimes people say. And then yeah, I mean, we're from here to here because simply we didn't save money. All right. So that's what we're going to do today. And then what we're going to do is final step is paycheck into the line, expenses out, rinse and repeat over and over again. Put the whole entire paycheck in, satisfy the minimum monthly payment, minimize the interest because it's based on the average daily balance, take the expenses out, get the cash flow as the number that we're going to use to reduce the debt. And then we'll do that over and over again. So I'm going to do this. Okay. Next one's balance plus interest minus 4743.64, right? And then we're going to take the average daily balance, right? And then multiply it by the interest rate and then divide by 12, all right? So that's how we get the interest. And then look at that. Look at that, okay? All right, so now we see that right here in month 40, this was all paid off, right? So month 40, all paid off. And now we can go ahead and tackle the LEXUS auto loan, right? So it's 164K of debt. All right, and then copy and paste. And now in 40 months, let's see what the balance of that LEXUS is. So I just put 40, 40, and look at most of the principal has already been paid off. And you take a look at this is a very low cash flow index. So if we just move this into the line of credit, should be easy. All right. So I'm just going to go ahead and put this right here. We're going to move that LEXUS into the line of credit 14182.37. And then what this will do is increase our cash flow about $731. So I put 0 right here. And then I take this cash flow number. Okay. And then now let's do this. So 55474.68. Okay. And then we see that in 42 months, look at that, 2 months we paid off the LEXUS. All right. So 42 months, the LEXUS has been paid off. And that'll be 164 plus 40. So that's 204K, right? 204K. And then now all we got is the mortgage. So with the mortgage, you really have two choices, which is pay off the mortgage or invest in real estate or some sort of income generating asset. And you can use debt again, right? So it's just up to you. What do you want to do, right? So I'm going to be lazy and do the exact same scenario that we did last time, which is invest in real estate. And so here's the golden rule of real estate investing. And by the way, if you don't know who I am, I paid off a mortgage in 2 years and 9 months. This is kind of proof of that. You could pause it if you don't believe me, but I paid off in 2024 and it's 2 years and 9 months. Okay. So we take a look here, right? So we see that we have a property that we bought for about 210 and it's worth about 318, right? So what's the most important lesson is you got to buy it at a discount. $300,000 property, you got to buy it for $200,000. $200,000 property, I can't even speak. $200,000 property, you buy for $100,000. $100,000 property, you got to buy for $10,000. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to get a $300,000 property and then buy it for $200,000, right? And the only way you can do this is by finding a distressed seller or distressed asset, right? And so when we do that, we make our repairs and eventually we will get a tenant, right? So what we do is just say, hey, let's get a tenant for whatever the area rent is. We'll just say $2,000 a month. But the thing is that you don't get the full 2,000, right? Like 30% we can assume is like expenses. So what we'll do is multiply by 70, and then we'll assume that's our net operating income, right? And then we can add it to our income, and then we see our cash flow $6,874.68. And so let's go ahead and pay off this sucker of a line of credit. So this is going to be minus 6874.68, and then I'm going to see what's up. And then we see that in month 75, it's been paid off, right? So 75 months, and then 204 plus 40, that's 244K. And then this is 0. Actually, that's not true. This is the 24. What am I doing? 75K. We paid off 444K. Hold on. What did I do? 404K, right? Because it's extra $200,000. But we still have our mortgage, right? So we paid off the investment property. Now let's go ahead and pay off our personal property. So 75 months, right? This is the current balance. Now we got to be a little bit careful. I'm just going to give you a quick 5-second explanation that if you have a low interest rate mortgage, you don't want to move into a line of credit in general, like an 8% line of credit. Okay. Now, luckily, we have this velocity banking calculator that I've already typed in the information of how long it'll take to pay off our personal home, right? This is the current balance. It's going to only take us 2.5 years based on our statistics, based on our income, expenses. This is the only mortgage payment remaining, 2.5 years. So let's go ahead and mark that. Oh, I got to reload because it's all a mess now. Where's the dog with the car? I think I deleted it. All right, so now this is gone, and then 7.75 months plus 2.5 years. What is that? So 75 divided by 12 plus 2.5, that's 8.75 years. And what do we achieve? 2 paid off houses and one paid off Lexus. Okay. Yes. Yes, girl. Yes. Is that how you say it? I don't know. Yes. Yes to a paid off $40,000 IS along with 2 homes in 8.75 years. Look at that. Look at that beautiful cash flow. 8 grand. Love it. Okay. All right. Well, that's it for today, folks. This Korean Lanta mentorship. Have a great day. And let me know if you're a Mercedes type of guy or gal or oh, I didn't even mention BMW. Mercedes or Lexus. Let me know in the comments below of what you prefer. I don't even have either. I have a Toyota Corolla 2025. But if I were to buy one, I think I'd go with Lexus because Lexus is from Toyota, and I think Toyota is the most reliable car manufacturer that exists. Okay. All right. Well, that's it. Have a great day, and I'll see you on the next video.